Hey guys, if you haven't already, give the video a like, subscribe to my channel. This is a what if series and I'll be doing more down the road. Plus Ultra!
Hey guys, and welcome to What If Naruto Was the Reincarnation of Killua Zoldyck. Now, we're going to do this in a very different way, and for those of you who have done their take on this What If, I would love to see it. I would love to see what kind of route you went different from mine. And yeah, anyway, I just like to give credit where credit is due when they do What Ifs that you don't normally see on YouTube. Anyway, so with Naruto being a Zoldyck, now let's get into the origin. Well, just a little small origin, as I don't want to take up too much time with the origin story because I'm pretty sure you all know what happened in the origin story, but it's going to be very different, and here's why. So Minato would be known as the Silent Flash, and Kushina would be known as the Red Death. Now, Minato is part of being the Silent Flash, as Minato has learned the ability to mask his steps. And it was something that was taught by his father, Zeno Zoldyck. And yes, I'm implementing Zeno Zoldyck in this one. And so stick with me. So Zeno would tell Minato about masking his steps, and it would make it harder for his enemies to track him, making him more deadly with his attacks. Now, this would grant Minato the name of the Silent Flash, and it will strike fear into most of his opponents. I mean, when the person is trying to scout out the Leaf Village, they wouldn't even see a Rasengan coming from behind them and smacking them in their back. And now onto Kushina's part, and on now onto Kushina's part. So Kushina would be known as the Red Death, and she was given that title, like, you know how the Red Hot Habanero, yeah, something like that. They called her the Red Death because the way she ferociously beats her opponent into the ground, making them cough up blood, breaking bones, and just hearing them scream in agony fueled her, like her assassination part of her. Like when they get into that assassination mode, their one goal is to kill you and nothing else. And I pray for the poor bastard who's ever on the receding end of Kushina's punches in this said universe. Now, when Kushina finished punching her said, opponent or target, her hands would be stained with blood and she would smile as her nails would be sharpened. Now, Kushina's punches would be like daggers stabbing you. It would feel like you're being stabbed by a bunch of knives simultaneously. And eventually, Kushina and Minato would end up together, and they would end up together a lot faster since their ideas correlate with each other. And this is where the Zoldyck family would begin. Now, the first child would be that of Illumi, and in this version, it would be Illumi would be a girl. Now, I would like this one, like say for example, Illumi to be a girl, and it's gonna take a very kind of different route than it did in Hunter x Hunter with Illumi and Killua. You get what I mean. You get what I mean. Anyway, let's continue. And so Illumi would have been trained up very, very hard, and she would become immune to poisons. And they would be training her in factors of durability. They would train her in perception, speed and reflexes, agility, stamina, and endurance. Now, strength would be another sword, and Illumi has came up with an idea that she wants to implement. You see, Illumi has been trying to imbue her Senbon with like chakra, and so that she can throw it into an opponent and it can manipulate their body in distorting ways, making like causing them very like unimaginable like amounts of pain. She also thinks of ideas of how, if she used these said needles, could she control a said victim or said person. And she comes up with these ideas like very quickly, and somehow Zeno and Minato help her out with these said abilities and said techniques. Now, Illumi has become very strong and often goes on S to A rank missions with her father and mother, even grandfather at sometimes, and her grandfather mostly takes on S rank missions. And he mostly goes alone as he sees that his missions are dangerous even for his granddaughter to be going on them with him. But Illumi is void of any kind of passion, any kind of emotion. I mean, her face is so blank that you would think that you're just staring into a void of darkness and nothing's actually there. It's just this soulless girl. Now, Illumi's hair would be a mixture of blonde and red, and I would like that kind of like mixture with that one. Anyway, so we're gonna do a time skip to a few years later, and this is around the time that Naruto was born. And Naruto was born with white hair, these whiskers on each of his cheeks, and just born, and his family sees him as already a talent beyond their own. They see him as becoming something strong, like a strong heir to the Zoldicks. Now, the Zoldicks would be a clan that even rivaled the Uchiha due to their extreme perception, durability, strength, their assassination techniques, and how skilled they were at adapting at their own kind of powers. I mean, besides the Nara clan, I think that was Shikamaru Nara. Besides the Nara clan, these Zoldicks will be incredibly smart too. It comes with the fact, like genius level intellect. Yeah, they would have that kind of intellect on their side too. Not to mention that these said characters have a strategic mind. Now, Naruto is born, and throughout when Naruto turns like 3 years old, I did skip something. Now, I did skip it on purpose because I didn't think it would be that interesting of a story to tell. But the whole Nine Tails attack, yeah, that didn't happen. So the villagers don't hate Naruto or nothing like that. And here's the reason why it wouldn't happen. Now, Zeno, Minato, Kushina, and Illumi is in the room while Naruto is in there in his mother's arms. Now, at this point in time, this is where Obito would have made his attack. Now, if the canon version Obito would have rushed in and grabbed Naruto, he would be good as dead. And here's why: because especially Minato, he wouldn't waste time. He wouldn't have been trying to figure out who this guy was or being cautious or anything. He would have blitzed past Obito so fast that Obito wouldn't have been able to perceive that with his Sharingan. Yes. He wouldn't have been able to blitz past him so fast. And you can make the argument of saying that Obito would have seen that coming with his Sharingan, and he would have used his, Kamui just to basically make his body intangible. But it's too many people there. You have too many assassins there that would have caught Obito really off guard. I mean, if one part, they would have came to the conclusion that one part of his body is intangible while the other is not. So yeah, I don't see Obito, the canon version of Obito, getting out of that one. Now the regular version Obito, yeah, I don't see him even becoming evil at all. That's the whole point right there. Now that's the second option that I wanted to go with. I don't see Obito becoming evil at all, and I don't even see Minato becoming a sensei. Now, this wouldn't even become the formation of those said characters, so they would even have a different sensei like in the original canon. And that sensei would be Zeno. Now, Zeno would be very hard on the three individuals, but he would do a much of a better job than his son would. And right now, his son would be focused on anything. He's focused on his child and the legacy he has to uphold with his clan, his name. Yeah, so yeah, got all that out the way. Now, let's get into the fact that when Naruto starts his age gets to the age of 3 years old, his training begins. Now, Naruto is tortured. Naruto is poisoned. Like, Kushina poisons Naruto a bunch of times so that his body can become resistant to any kind of poison in the world. No matter what it is, it cannot hurt Naruto. Now, Illumi takes part in training Naruto, and it even comes to the point that at the point when Naruto turns 4 years old, he was unaware of this, but Illumi had planted a needle in Naruto's head, and it was basically to implement fear over the boy. Now, Naruto is not that egotistic child that will go out and try to challenge strong people. He sees a strong foe and potentially someone that he can't beat. He will not go up for the battle. He will not engage in the battle. He's gonna be overwhelmed by Illumi's fear and the fear that she put over her younger brother. Now, Naruto would have been training very hard, and each day would be more and more breaking down the kid's mental physique. Now, his family would have been telling him that you're a void of darkness. You have no use for friends. You have no use to become a shinobi. Your whole ideals are basically to become an assassin. So throughout Naruto's childhood, he's been basically killing, just doing assassinations, completing tasks, killing people over and over and over and over and over again. It was like the same kind of routine. Rinse, repeat, go home, train. And it was going over and over and over again for all throughout the years. And this would be present throughout Naruto's childhood, up until the time when Naruto would have turned 11 years, well, not 11, he would have turned 10 years old. And this 10-year-old Naruto would have basically went toe to toe against his mother, trying to basically escape. But unlike Kikyo, Kushina is not gonna just get stabbed and brush that off. Yeah, Naruto is very he's a very good strategist or perceptionist or something like that, whatever you can say. But it's no way he's getting from the Red Death. So Kushina is gonna tend to beat the shit out of Naruto and punish him for trying to escape. But this is where she comes up with an idea. Maybe he needs to get some experience. He needs to get out in the world. He needs to basically see what the world has to offer him. And Kushina doesn't want to regret this idea, but she wants to let Naruto go out and let him be free. See what kind of encounters that he will make. So she then says, alright, so if you want to go be a shinobi, I want to see exactly what you're capable of, Naruto. You better not disappoint me. And I really hope that you ace the academy and get on a good squad. Anyway, Kushina would tend to walk away, but she would be thinking of something as she's very protective over her son. And this is where she contacts Illumi. And while Illumi's on a distant mission, she says, Illumi. And Illumi says, yes, mother. I have a mission for you. I want you to watch over your younger brother. He's going to take the exam. And Illumi would be surprised. She would ask her mother, saying, exam? I thought, wait, why is Naruto taking an exam? He has no use for such things like that. I already know that, Illumi. But I'm basically testing something out. I'm basically testing out a theory. Testing out to see if this would actually work out for Naruto, or it's just some ploy that's going to send him right back home, and so he can give up on his foolish dream of becoming a shinobi. I want you to keep an eye on him and watch and wait for your time to intervene. When you see him about to go up against a strong opponent, that's where you use your skills and you introduce yourself. I know Naruto hasn't seen you in about a year or so it should be quite the reunion with your younger brother. Now Illumi would say, mission accepted, Mom. And I will make sure to watch over Naruto. Now this is where the link would click, and this would be mostly... Now when I make call, or if I said anything like that, I don't mean like a cell phone call or a click call or something like that. This would be like a mind telepathically link. Something that I want to incorporate in the Zoldyck family line. So they would have these telepathic lines with each other to basically talk in each other's minds or something like that. But basically no cell phones are even in this timeline. I just want to clear that up. Basically retcon that before you start belittling me in the comments saying, there's no phones in Naruto. I already know. It's mind telepathy. Put it that way. So Naruto would basically go out and he would join the academy, and Naruto would do very, very good. He would do like exceptionally well. His chakra control would be so well, it wouldn't be corrupted or nothing like that. So he can use his chakra to the point of his own well-being. Naruto affinity would be enlightening, as his father Minato would have basically been training him in this. He would have been training Naruto, and to his own right. Sorry for that stutter there. But to Naruto's discomfort, Minato had been training Naruto and his element, his nature energy, or his nature release. And that would be lightning. Naruto has a high, and I mean a high infinity for lightning chakra. And Minato has been building Naruto up over the years with extensive torture to basically lightning. He's been basically putting Naruto through some intense lightning style jutsus, and each one sends Naruto in a very in pain. These lightning style jutsus are possibly A rank to S rank tier, and some of them could have easily killed Naruto, and this is where Naruto would just take those kind of abuse. Now it wouldn't be to the abuse like saying they didn't care for him. No, this is just to intend to make their child stronger. So when Iruka would tell Naruto to make a shadow clone, he would. And when he made the shadow clone would be made out of lightning, and then it would burst into electricity, almost basically, shocking a few people. Iruka got shocked, and a few other students did too. But most of the kids in the classroom would be afraid of Naruto, and they wouldn't be afraid of Naruto because of the nine-tailed fox. No, 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 no. They would be afraid of Naruto because of his family bloodline and his family name, the Zoldicks. They would be whispering in the class, "Hey, it's that Zoldyck kid. I heard he's very dangerous." "Yeah, dude, I heard his father can take your heart out your chest without even trying." "Yeah, isn't his mother named the Red Death? What about his grandpa? He's some kind of Oni or something like that. His grandpa, but his grandpa is small though, and Oni is big. He's got to be something different than that." And this is where Naruto would just be basically listening, but this certain girl would catch his attention, and this girl would be looking at him, and it would be a blonde girl. He would ask, so what's your name? And she would say, my name's Ino. I was wondering, what's your family like? I can hear everybody talking about the Zoldicks and stuff like that, but what's your family like? What's your affiliation? Well, not affiliation. What's the word? What's it like being an assassin? Now Naruto would look at Ino and he would say, wait, so just because I look like a hot girl or something like this, or whatever you want to call me, doesn't mean I'm not intellectual. Now, I've done some studying. Your family really interests me, but the one that interests me the most is you. They talk about you a lot, even the silent Flash himself. And Naruto would be shocked that this girl knows so much about his family, but he would instantly just start talking with her, and he would tell her the journeys that he went on to, and these two would start to spark a friendship with each other, and the friendship would be growing stronger and stronger over the time that they spent in the academy. Now, this is around the time that Naruto would turn 12 years old, and him and Ino would have been best friends by now. Ino would have gotten to know the real Naruto, and Naruto would have told Ino that he wouldn't have told Ino all about his secrets or what his family have done to him, but over the years that Naruto has been opening up to her more and more, and they've established a bond between each other and becoming like friends. And also in the long run, it also make Ino stronger to the fact that she was studying, but she wanted to learn some of the techniques. Well, just a few, just to get stronger of sorts, because she is weak. And Ino in this one is not a fangirl. Now, when the teams get assigned, it would be Naruto, Sasuke, and Ino, and that is Team 7. Anyway, no other teams need to be skies. Whatever Sakura goes, she just goes. Anyway, so Team 7 would be formed, and Team 7 would be in there waiting. But now Naruto would be mostly training, doing push-ups, sit-ups, and crunches, and he would be mostly just sparring in his mid-session. Now this would, in his own phrase, his own world. Ino would be asking, Naruto questions about how hard did he have to train as a kid, and he would tell her that his father made him carry one of the toad statues from Mount Miyaboku. He made me carry that for at least a day, and if I let it fall, then there was going to be punishment, and I didn't want that. I became very strong in carrying those things, and one day eventually led to 2 days, and 2 days eventually led to a week, and a week even led to sometimes being a full month. And this is where, she would raise an eyebrow to this, but Sasuke, he would be, he would feel the presence of this, but he would know Naruto's not lying. He can tell by Naruto's body that he's not lying. I mean, this kid was incredibly ripped to be his age, and I bet it was due from all that training that Naruto had in his childhood. Now, Naruto would be interested in this Sasuke guy because he's so quiet and everything, but this is where Kakashi would enter the room, and he would tell them, like he did in canon, that they're all boring, and they would go to the roof. Now, he would tell the team to basically tell them their dreams and goals. And Sasuke would have his same line in canon about him being an Avenger and there's a certain someone he wants to kill. Ino would say that she wants to make lots and lots of friends and become a strong Konoichi. She wants to basically surpass people and just basically get acknowledged for doing something with her power. Now, Kakashi would say, that's very interesting. Then he would focus his intentions to Naruto. And Naruto would just basically be dazing off or just be looking at Kakashi. And Kakashi would say, so, what's your dreams and ambitions? Naruto would look down and say, dreams? Ambitions? I don't have any. I don't I don't know what my dreams or ambitions are. The Kakashi would raise an eyebrow to me. An eyebrow to Naruto, and he would say, "Wait, so you don't have anything that you want to goal, like your goal in this world, or your overall what is something that you want in this world, Naruto?" Well, if I'm going to be honest, I would just want my friendship to grow stronger with Riino. That's mostly it. Because I never had a friend before, and over the years, me and her have grown so close together. So this would make Ino blush, and she would hit Naruto upside the head and say, "Shut up, you idiot!" But this would make her also smile, and Naruto would just be like getting mad, saying, "What the hell was that for?" And the two of them would just get into like a little friendly argument. Sasuke will be breaking the two apart, and you would see that Team 7 is a rounded out team. Now, Kakashi would be looking at the team, and he would tell them that, quiet up, you all. Now, you're going to meet me at the training field at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you are instructed not to eat. And if you do, you will be in serious trouble, or you'll just be puked, and I'll send you to the nurse's office. Anyway, well, the medical center, you know what it's called. Now, Team 7 would arrive at the training field, and Kakashi would not be there. And this would ask Sasuke, and now Sasuke would have some time to ask Naruto about his set abilities. And this is where, like, Naruto would say, well, my father always told me that I had a high affinity in lightning, and I've came up with a few abilities on my own. You see, in the past few years, I've been mastering my power, and I came up with this whole kind of transformation thing. But I'll save that for a later set event, as that power can be heavily exhausting when I use it. And I've not yet like fully mastered it. I'm so close though. And Sasuke would be like, how close are you all to mastering it? Well, I'm at 90%. All I need is another 10% more to go. I mean, it's not very hard. It's just that 10% is just very, very stretching. It's like it doesn't want me to master it. But as far as other techniques, I have a defensive technique that which allows me to basically create a perimeter, and the person whoever enters that perimeter is, no matter how skilled they think they might be, that defense is unbreakable. You will get hit. And I've made it so to test out that ability against my never mind. As Kakashi showed up. Now, when Kakashi showed up, Kakashi would be telling the team that, oh, I'm here. They would ask, well, Naruto would ask, hey, Kakashi Sensei, why did it take you so long to get here? Now, Kakashi would look at Naruto and he would say, I was on the path of life. And this is where Naruto would raise his eyebrow and saying, this dude is a silent pervert, isn't he? I can tell by the book he's reading. And Naruto would just basically shake his head and let Kakashi explain what they're doing today. So Kakashi tells the team that they will be taking the bell test, and they have until later on tonight to take these 2 bells from him. Now, this is where Ino would say, but hey, that's no fair. It's only 2 bells. How are all 3 of us going to pass? Now, Kakashi would look at Ino and say, figure it out. Now, this is where Naruto would see another Jonin instructor walking up. And the Jonin instructor would be Mizume. Now Kakashi would say, oh, Mizume, well, how's it been? And she would say, I just got back from a mission and I came to check up on you. I just wanted to see how your new squad is going out. And Naruto would say, so we just have to get those 2 bells from you. It doesn't seem that hard. So Naruto would instantly start to walk up and he would say, hey, Sensei Metsume, well, if that's your name, can you back up a little bit as we're getting ready to take our test? Now, Metsume will move out of the way and she will want to see what Team 7 is capable of. Now, as Metsume is watching the team, you can see Naruto doing a little walk around Kakashi. And this walk is similar to something that the Zoldyck family trademarks in, and it's called Rhythm Echo. Now, with this moveset, Naruto is walking at a speed which he's creating these after images, seeming like an illusion or something like that, like a genjutsu, or putting it like that. And he's walking around Kakashi. Now, Kakashi has never seen this technique before, and it's possibly never been done to him, as he never went against a Zoldyck before, and he's never dared to go against a Zoldyck. And with that, Naruto was right behind Kakashi and took the bells, only for Kakashi to puff into a plume of smoke to see that attack coming. And this is where Naruto would just say to himself, "Sheesh, guess I can't catch him like that. Alright, I'll try something else." Now, this is where Naruto would do the same moveset he did again, but this time Naruto would rush at a Kakashi while Kakashi had the book in his hand. Now, Kakashi would look at Naruto, and this is where Naruto would throw a kick. And this kick would be an after image of just pure lightning. It would be a lightning clone that would explode in Kakashi's face. Now, Kakashi wasn't expecting this, and Naruto was already right behind Kakashi and yelled out lightning palm, as it was too late for Kakashi to just basically dodge that attack. Naruto is fast for a kid his age, and he wasn't even expecting this. So as soon as Naruto landed the attack, he takes the two bells and disappears away from Kakashi, saying that, "See there? I basically perceived or strategized that you're thinking I was gonna use the same move again on you, weren't you?" And Naruto would say, "That's where I fooled you. I made it look like I was gonna use the same move, but then switched it up on you, and then activated a little of my lightning chakra." Anyway, that's all for today, you guys. That's all I got for you. Let me know if you like this version. Let me know if you fuck with it. Let me know if you actually like this kind of version of What If Naruto Was the Killua Was Reincarnation. Anyway, without any further ado, you guys have a good day, a good night, and plus ultra. Good night, guys. Also, the like goal is 95 likes.